sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Seminary. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. Let me tell you something I found out about white people. I have actually known this, but sometimes I feel like, wait, so they can actually fight their own people when they are trying to tell them the truth. Because this man decided that it is Malcolm X's message that he was going to use in the background to pass his rate deceased rhetoric on Black Power, right? So it happened that another woman saw that and she was like, this message is not for white people. This message is for Black people. She made this message specifically for Black people, not for you. The man went all crazy. Like, look at this Karen. Look at this racist Karen. Oh, now a white woman is now the rate deceased to you. And now let me tell you something. So they know when someone is trying, this is like, they have an idea when someone is trying to be racist towards them, right? But they don't know it when they are trying to be racist towards people that look like me. Can you understand where I am coming from? And not just only that, he decided to spread his wings. You know how they spread their wings when they really want to be ready to assist. Now, I keep asking myself, is this man not married to somebody? He has a wife in the house. Let me tell you all something. I keep saying it and I will not stop saying it. White women uphold all these men, all this patriarchy and all that. They are the ones pushing them all up. Let's get into this video.
The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative. Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives. The American Negro is nothing but a political football, and the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism, false promises of integration and civil rights. In this game of deceiving and using the American Negro, the white liberals have complete cooperation of the Negro civil rights leader.
That message is not made for people that look like you and I.
Wow, that was some of the most racist stuff I've heard in a while. Guys, meet this Karen that goes by the name of Nick 19. Nick 19 stitched my Malcolm X video, and she starts off by saying basically that because I am white, I am not allowed to use a Malcolm X sound in my video. And without saying it, she basically says the reason why I can't use a Malcolm X sound in my video is because Malcolm X is a black man, was a black man, and I am a white man. She's not even trying to hide her blatant racism as she goes on throughout this video, which is really kind of shameful if you ask me. The newly appointed TikTok Queen of Sounds then goes on to say that a man died who was homophobic and racist and transphobic and every other made-up boogeyman that you can think of that modern Democrat Karens use is Charlie Kirk. Granted, I never even mentioned Charlie Kirk in the video, so that's her own tinfoil stuff going on. But the thing that's most worrisome is the fact that her gay, racist rage against Republicans has her completely missing the point. In the video, she says, "Your video is about Democrats and fucking." That is the quote. My video is not about Democrats and fucking. Okay? You gotta look past your gay rage. It's not about Democrats and fucking. It's about Democrats. And it's specifically about Democrats like you. So the Queen of Sounds then says, well, you know what, times have changed, things have changed. Yes, things have changed. It's a new year. It's 2025. But Democrats, specifically white Democrats, have not changed one bit. They're still the same communists that they were when Malcolm X was around. That's why his words still carry weight today. And that's why they feel like they could have been written yesterday. And that's why you don't want this sound out there, because it strikes a chord. And after all that incoherent rambling, she moves back to her first point and says, "This is a new low. You have no right to use that sound." Well, I have every right to use the sound. As a matter of fact, I think a lot more people should use this sound, because a lot more people need to hear it, because it's about people like you. And that's the reason why you don't want it out there. Because, yes, it was made by a black guy. Oh my gosh, oh no. But I don't care what color he was, what color Malcolm X was. That's not the point. The point is not color of Malcolm X. And the funny thing is that you search 4 or 5 videos down this chick's timeline, you're going to see her playing rap music in the background. I crap you not. This lady is listening to rap music in the background. This white Karen is listening to rap music in the background. Look, if you don't want people, if you don't want people listening to black sounds, why are you listening to black music? There's a question for you. So that all goes back to Malcolm X talking about liberals being hypocrites. Watch the video. You might learn something, Karen.
The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way.
You know, there was a time in this world where people like yourself were afraid of Malcolm X. And I mean afraid. They kept repeatedly asking him over and over, "Do you mean it when you say black people should band together and start gun clubs to fight the white racist system?" And he said yes. He continued to say yes. The fact that y'all continue to try to take our black leaders to make your fucking point is ridiculous. But it's okay. I'll play this game with you. Here's a white leader that you can listen to since you want to go there. George Lincoln Rockwell. Go look him up. He matches your thought process note for note. You see, George Lincoln Rockwell did not believe in this idea that y'all have that, oh, white people can experience racism. No, he didn't believe in that shit at all. He never did. But you know what he did believe in? That white folks and black folks were never going to get along. Ever. George Lincoln Rockwell was a Nazi. He was a white supremacist. Y'all never seem to quote him, though. That's odd. I mean, here he is, right there. His quotes are easily accessible. Why don't you ever quote him? How about, I won't even say David Duke. How about Strom Thurmond? There's a white person whose words you can use while you're over here trying to white conservative, white liberal shit. No, that speech wasn't for you, but Strom Thurmond's was. Strom Thurmond made a whole bunch of speeches that you would absolutely love. And as a bonus, he also sexually assaulted his maid and had a child with her. The maid was black, by the way. You can quote him. It'd be perfect. But that's the thing. You won't quote George Lincoln Rockwell. You won't quote Strom Thurmond. You won't quote David Duke because they are on your side of the aisle, but you don't want to claim them. You're too busy trying to police some shit on the left side of the political aisle, and I'm sorry, sir. We didn't ask you to fucking do that. We didn't. We want y'all to go back to being afraid of Malcolm X. Do we have to start a Malcolm X gun club for you to do that? No, nothing but black folks in a gun club? Will that boogie your ass enough to stay the fuck away from Malcolm? See, y'all tried that shit with Martin Luther King. It's not working anymore. People are starting to discover that Martin Luther King was not this fucking I only made one speech and it was only one line of one speech that you have to worry about type motherfucker. No. He was becoming extremely socialist towards the end of his life. That's why 75% of Americans didn't like him in 1967, the year before he was assassinated. Y'all gonna stop. Y'all gonna stop. Because you really don't want to know Malcolm, do you? You don't want to know the white devil Malcolm. The one that said he hated every drop of white blood in his skin, or in his system, because his grandmother was raped by a white man. You don't want to know that Malcolm, do you? How about the Yaqub Malcolm? The one that tells the story that there was an inventor named Yaqub who created white people. You don't want to know that Malcolm. No. You don't want to know that Malcolm. You don't want to know the Malcolm that when he did his Hajj to Mecca, he met Muslims of all shapes, sizes, stripes, races, creeds, and nationality. All of them making the Hajj. You don't want to know that Malcolm. No, you don't want to know that Malcolm. You don't want to know the Malcolm that said, I'm for freedom. I'm for fighting against this system no matter who is fighting next to me. You don't want to know that Malcolm. You want to use that one quote, and y'all are trying to do it because you don't have a president that will make a holiday out of Malcolm X's birthday so that all you can remember is that fucking one quote. Yeah, go back to being afraid of him. Go back to being afraid of Malcolm. Go back to fearing everything that Malcolm stood for. Go back to fearing what Malcolm made us feel, because you weren't in the room. Go back to that. If you want to continue to use this quote, and we can talk about the quote, we really can. At the end of it, white liberals, white conservatives, none of you are to be trusted. If you really want to talk about that quote, we can. But do yourself a favor. It's too big of a homework assignment for you to go read the autobiography of Malcolm X. So maybe why don't you take your well-fed white fat ass the fuck off of Malcolm and go find George Lincoln Rockwell's book. I'm pretty sure you can find it. It's probably still in print. Ass.
Y'all, what Malcolm X said about white liberals is ringing more and more true in the past few days to me than ever before. And I know that that's my own privilege and where I sit and stand in that. But that we are turning this man's legacy, Charlie Kirk's legacy, into what it's becoming is wild to me. This man literally talked about black people, brown people, queer people, women, in some of the most degrading and awful ways possible. And we're sitting here elevating his message and now turning him into some saint. White liberals are doing that, not just white conservatives. The mainstream media is doing that, all so that they can look good and sound good. And that is the most important thing for white liberals, is to look and sound good. You don't care about anything else but that. And that's sad, because we could be doing better in this country. So if you are a white liberal out here fighting for other communities, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to do things that you are probably not comfortable with. But that's what Malcolm X said that we're not willing to do, and you can see it now. Let's do better.
This is all I got from this video. Now I am going to say something. Now the woman that is trying to tell him the truth is now a Karen. But I love it that it's also coming from them, not me trying to call somebody Karen, right? And she is trying to be racist to him, because she didn't let him sell the jargons he is saying, or she is trying to stop him from the jargons that he is saying. I have been telling you people, I don't know how my people met these people, sincerely speaking. And I also do not know how my people have lived with these people for how many decades. I don't know. You guys are the strongest, the bravest people that I have ever come across, because the things I see on daily basis are not normal. There are not things human beings should see on daily basis or anywhere, internet and all that. But the worst is that they reinforce themselves on daily. What trips me about white people is that, they want to gloom on black leaders because they do not have anyone to gloom on, or they're the one that they could be proud of. I keep asking myself, who married these people? Because this man is in somebody's house, or this man has a child. This man, I don't know, but he has a wife. White women I don't know how they tolerate this kind of human beings. Because it cannot be me. I've been saying this thing for several times. Some people might think it's a joke. This is not a joke. Anybody that will do something like this can actually be very deviant with the wife or people around him. I am not lying to you. This is actually true. Any man that can come, or any woman, I don't care whoever, people that do not have self-worth, self-respect, self-dignity, regards, and all that. These are the kind of behavior they come up with. So he decided that it is Malcolm X on Black Power that he wanted to talk up. Let me tell you something. These people know what they are doing. And why I was talking, my sister called me yesterday. We spoke for 1 hour and we were talking about what happened to Charlie Kirk. And she was like, I never knew this man because everybody she has her own interest and all that. She knows politics, but she doesn't know like I do. It's more like this is what I also do, right? So she was like, I never knew that this man was this bad. Because sometimes at home though we don't live together, but we get to see each other like twice or thrice a year. We'll talk about politics and all that. And I keep pointing out the people that do not ever have the same ideology with these people because their ideology are not good for human beings and all that. And she said, I never knew that this man was like the things he has said about Black people and all that. And she was like, so he has all these powerful people surrounding him, but he chose to be crazy all through till the last day because that man was completely crazy. All his political rhetoric or everything all his nothing good. I have never heard him say anything good. That is how bad it is. Some of the things you speak might make you a good person or a bad person, or how you treat people in general, how you solve problems, how you are important to people, how you are in people's lives, how you have impacted people also. Because if this man had impacted people, trust me, the streets will mourn him. But he has not. He has divided, continued to divide, and continue to divide till the last day. Bye for now.